First of all, 69. Offense. He was giving them the business. Right there. Hold on.
This is the 5 Arms and a Lucky Finn podcast.
Welcome to the 5 Arms and a Lucky Finn podcast. I am your host, Brendan McCormick, with David Soloway, aka Viral Sensation. He is for the people. The people are for him. David, what a week in college football. The portals opened up, causing some drama. The month off bye week situation, which we'll dive into. Are we for it? Are we against it? Tune in for that. And of course, our semifinal predictions and also breaking news for the Oregon Ducks that we will get into a little bit later with their running back situation, which could be pivotal against the matchup of the Indiana Hoosiers. First and foremost, David, we had the quarterfinal games, and there was some magic from the Miami University, upsetting the Ohio State Buckeyes 24-14 in Arlington in Jerry's World. And the Buckeyes got dominated. Give me your thoughts on that one, David.
Yeah, I don't know about dominated. It was actually a pretty close game if you take away that pick six. And that pick six was pivotal because it was 7-0 at the time. Ohio State looks like maybe their offense is about to settle in a little bit, even though Sayan could not handle the pressure at all, which we saw against Indiana. And it's pretty easy to play quarterback when you're playing against Purdue and Wisconsin and all these teams that aren't going to get to the passer. But when you step up the competition, not so easy. But everything turned on that. Ruben Bain got off the edge, and then the safety, I forget his name, jumped the screen pass and took it back for 6. And Ohio State made it a game in the second half, but then Miami played bully football, ran the ball down the field, and scored to make it that 10-point margin. I really do. We talked about it before this game when we were previewing it. The only way Miami was going to win was with their defense causing Ohio State's offense to stall, get sacks, get negative plays, and they did it. And if they can keep doing that, I mean, we'll obviously talk about Ole Miss and the future here, but if they can keep doing that, then they could win it all.
I'm with you. I think Miami, as an Indiana Hoosier fan, that is the only team that I am scared of right now is Miami with their offensive line and their defensive line. Their defensive line looks legit, and they're getting constant pressure, sending the right blitzes and the right defensive schemes, and it's scary right now. I'm really interested to see Miami go against a quarterback of the caliber of Trinidad Chambliss now. He is different and on a roll. We'll talk about obviously that game probably next because I want to save the Indiana Hoosiers for last, but man, what a performance by Miami overall. Just like you said, talked about it, and they just, I don't want to say force their will, but they came up with just enough when they needed to get the win.
That's exactly right. And Carson Beck, not the best quarterback game of all time, but he made the plays when he needed to. There was a third down late in the game when they were still up only 3 where they could have ran it and killed a little bit more clock, but they trusted him to throw the ball and pick up a first down, and it was an easy pass and catch, and he made it happen. And I think that's what he's going to have to continue doing.
I just want to know what it was like with that pick six and that feeling of just running it down as Ohio State was about to score. I mean, that changed the whole game, but I mean, just huge moment for you. They move on, and of course, Ole Miss and Georgia played each other in the All-State Sugar Bowl in Atlanta. Ole Miss also
New Orleans.
New Orleans. Yep, not Atlanta.
Atlanta's on Friday.
Yep, got that mixed up. My bad. Ole Miss played Georgia in New Orleans in the All-State Sugar Bowl, correct. And Ole Miss was able to pull that upset off. What a game. what a fourth quarter. What a back and forth game it was. Trinidad shameless, David. Bad man. Bad man.
Dude, his ability to improvise and just make things happen is insane. And it's not like he's a scrambler. Like
No.
he had 4 rushes for 14 yards on the game. It's not like he's just running around all the time, a la Marcel Reed. He's
Yeah.
running around to make things happen, and his receivers are very good at getting open when he runs around. And he's a magician. They scored 20 points in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
We talked about Georgia's defense, and they held him in check for the most part.
They did.
And
They
then
did.
he went off in the fourth quarter.
You know, certain players, especially at some of the most important positions in football, aka the quarterback position, when it's their game, it's just their game. Like Georgia tried anything and everything to just wrap Trinidad down, and they couldn't do it in pivotal and key moments in the game. And he was able to snake free and just toss it 40 yards on a dot right to his wide receiver, ends up catching it, and they end up going down to score, obviously, on that drive. And I haven't seen a performance like that in a very, very long time in college football and what he's been able to do. And the fact that he's staying, it's just
If he gets
that
a year, if he gets the eligibility.
if he does get the eligibility, correct.
He will, because NCAA can't win a lawsuit.
No, they can't win a lawsuit. That's helped the Hoosiers with that. So as Lewis Moore,
true.
you know, obviously in his 7th season, I believe, that
right,
he's playing. Yeah. So, but I mean, if they're gonna give it to him, I don't gotta, you know,
Right.
I don't blame him in wanting to play another year, especially at the college level right now. What's happening with NIL? So it is what it is. I am shocked that he's not going to LSU. I won't lie, with Kiffin, but. Loyalty,
I am too,
man.
but the thing with LSU, and this is obviously an off-season topic. The thing with LSU is they can't. It's hard. He can't be in the portal right now, so they would have to delay their decision
True.
on getting a quarterback. Not to mention the fact,
Yeah.
even if he was in the portal right now, there's no guarantee he's getting that 6th year.
Yeah.
So again, if they get him to commit and then he doesn't get that 6th year, and then you don't have a quarterback, they'd be screwed. So
Yeah.
I get it from that perspective. He probably only had one option, and hey, he's having a hell of a year, so why not stay there?
Yeah, I believe Lacey is also
he
staying,
just re-upped
right?
too. Yeah, which I thought for sure he was going to LSU.
I thought so too. Man, it's interesting. You know, this Ole Miss team, and we talked about a little bit at the beginning about Ole Miss, was that when someone tries to make it about themselves, aka Lane Kiffin, not throwing shade, but kind of in a way, kind of did, left, took another position. And the player was like, no, man, like, we're the ones that actually performed and got you here. And what they've been able to do when your back's up against the wall has been nothing but impressive. So that is, honestly, I'm excited for the Indiana-Oregon game. Don't get me wrong. But this next game between Ole Miss and Miami is going to be very exciting. You have a very explosive offensive player and a very explosive offense in general going against the toughest defense, in my opinion, besides Texas Tech. You can put that defense, Miami's defense, against Texas Tech, the overall in the NCAA. That's what
Indiana,
I'm saying.
Brother. What?
Texas Tech's defense was on there for, like, we'll get into it later.
No.
This,
I'm with you on Tech. I'm not giving you Miami. Miami's played really well the past 2 games. Miami allowed 31 points to SMU. Indiana would not have done that.
That's valid. I'll give you that one. That's valid.
They might be one of the hottest defenses right now, but I agree with you in general. Your point is that we've got a clash of styles here. We've got one team with a great offense, electric offense, and Ole Miss does not play defense against a team with a quarterback that nobody trusts in Carson Beck, and they have a decent run game, and they have Malachi Toney, who's explosive as well.
Probably one of my favorite players in college football right now.
I agree. He's awesome. And when they put him at quarterback,
very fun to
he
watch.
can throw the ball because he was a high school quarterback. He's awesome.
Yeah.
It's a clash of styles. So it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Yes, it will be. They play Thursday night. So really looking forward to watching that one. And then, of course, Oregon played Texas Tech in Miami. Oregon wins 23-0. Donut hole for the Texas Tech Red Raiders. let's lean in a little bit and talk a little bit about the bias situation because a lot of people love to bring it up, especially Texas Tech fans. Not throwing shade, but y'all do. Hater. I've been a hater this whole season. Hands up. Have I not on Texas Tech football team? Hands up on that. I have
You
been.
have been on their offense specifically.
But I was right.
You were right.
I was
I kept
right.
trying to talk you off of it, and I said they'll score enough points. The defense will carry them. No, their defense played awesome. Didn't matter.
But I'm gonna lean into the human factor a little bit. A lot of Texas Tech fans said some crazy things about Baron Morton. This is a human. This is a young adult. This is a kid that has his whole life ahead of him that played, I'll say, decent most of the season to get them there on an injured leg. On an injured leg, and still went out there and performed the way he did. Won a Big 12 championship. Threw for 20-something touchdowns and a lot of yardage, I want to say. Maybe not against the best opponents. Hands up on that.
Hey, you got to beat your schedule. You got to beat the teams in front of you.
Exactly, and we've talked about that. And they beat BYU twice. They beat Utah at Utah, which is very difficult to do, in my opinion. One of the toughest places to play, whether you can argue that up and down and whatever you want to say. Utah beat several teams to the brim this year. But I just feel for Barron. I really do. I really, really do. Because that was his worst game of the whole entire season. It was really hard to watch. It really was.
I feel bad for him in some sense because he played really poorly, but he played really poorly. Like
really poorly.
When you're a competitor, you either rise to the occasion or you just lay down and let them beat you. And even late in that game, you're thinking they were down like 13-0 and they're driving.
Yeah.
And you're thinking, okay, if he's got that clutch gene, now's the time he will make this happen. And it just wasn't there. He just doesn't have that clutch gene.
And some people want to blame the offensive coordinator, but you got to put yourself in the offensive coordinator's shoes. Like, he didn't know what to call. He couldn't even throw a screen. Like, so I see both.
They tried a bunch of short passes to try to limit Oregon getting pressure on Morton because he wasn't able to handle that very well. But even the short passes either were getting blown up right away as if Oregon knew what was happening. Like, their defenders were right there, or Morton would hold onto the ball, not throw that short pass, and then kind of run around and throw it away. And they never really let it go deep over the top, which I kept saying during the game. You got to let it rip.
Let him loose. And he had a 25-yard completion?
He did have a big one.
Yeah.
It was in like the third or fourth quarter. It was when they were, I think it was 13-0. They were trying to drive down the field. And he had a great one. Keep letting them rip it, but they weren't. They just kept going back to the short passes, which I get. I mean, he wasn't handling the pressure well when Oregon collapsed the pocket. So, yeah, it was rough.
It was really rough. And they couldn't establish the run. Like, they had fumbled, I believe, a couple times.
Fumble.
I mean, especially Dickey's fumble. It just killed them, and they couldn't, like, establish the run at all. And I know, I'll be honest, when I know at times when Indiana can't establish the run, it might be a long day for the offense. So, I mean, because we run so many RPOs, if Indiana wasn't able to run the ball, and Tech runs several different RPOs as well. So it was just very difficult to just hear the things people were saying, though. Bottom line, to be honest with you, David, it was just very difficult. And even though I was a hater, I know it is.
And if you're going to put yourself on that
I agree.
stage, you got to be willing to take it. Obviously, some people are going to cross a line, but you got to be able to take it. And
I thought he took it with grace. I mean,
yeah,
he was extremely upset. You could see it wearing it on his face, but he wasn't angry at any reporter or anything like that, taking it out. He had a hand up mentality, and I gotta give props to Joey McGuire and the way he handled that pressure in the press conference. He doesn't make excuses like several other coaches. He never did. And he knows they played like absolute dog crap that whole game. And so
they didn't. Their defense didn't.
No. And I realized in that game, though, how elite that defense was, David. They were
Yeah.
out there for, I know for sure, 70. I want to say low 80s, maybe even into 90s of how long that defense is out there, plays of the game.
Dude,
They're out
it
there
was they it was I think it
several.
was 49 at half. And
Jeez,
they
man.
held them to 6 points in the first half. It was 49 plays in the first half.
Yeah,
I'm trying to find Oregon
that's
had
just
34
insane.
passes and 64 rushes, so 98 total plays. So 49 plays in each half. That's hard to do. And they
Yeah,
held up there under the bargain.
they did. It's
They
just
stopped Oregon on a bunch of fourth downs, which
bunch. It was like they left
they were
so
getting
many
the key
points.
stops in the key moments. They did leave a lot of points.
A lot of points on the board. I thought it could have been a lot more uglier for Tech, and the defense just kept held it on. But Tech's reloading. Tech's reloading. Already got Brendan Sorsby and several other transfers. We're not obviously very high on Sorsby, but we'll see. We'll see how it is for Tech next season. And they've been able to attack the portal already. Already the fourth portal class that I've seen in the rankings. Obviously, it's going to fluctuate between commits and things like that. But last time I checked, there were four. So they'll be.
They got
Yep,
the-
they got the oil money. That's right. They'll be back next year, for sure. So it'll be interesting what Tech does next year and if they can actually win a playoff game and continue their stretch, which I think they should be able to, as much as I want to be a hater and those type of things. But I was right. That's all I'm alluding to real quick on that.
You were.
I was right on that. But let's talk about the Indiana Hoosiers and the Alabama Crimson Tide in the Rose Bowl in Pasadena. The Indiana Hoosiers won 38-3, David, and it was a thumping. And it was fun to watch. It was exciting on both sides of the ball. They forced their will upon Alabama. It was beautiful.
They did. Yeah. I mean, early on, you're thinking the defense might have to step up in this game because Indiana gets off to a slow start, 2 sacks on that first drive. But that's all Alabama had. We basically scored on every. Did we score on every other drive? It seems like we scored on pretty much every other drive.
Maybe one.
And we had a bunch of long possessions. We had one other punt.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, a bunch of long possessions. We were just running it down their throats. Mendoza was making the throws when he needed to, both down the field and short passes. But the story is as great as the offense was. The story is the defense, man. They just create so much havoc. They broke Pond's tiny dude, breaks Simpson's rib, gets him out of the game. Not that he was playing well, but they hit hard. They're fast. They fly to the ball. They get to the passer. They stuff the run at the line. That fourth down early in the game where Alabama goes for it and they have the Wildcat jet sweep pass. They stuff him. Everybody's rallying to the ball. It's just hard not to get fired up about this defense.
One of my favorite X and Instagram follows is the D coordinator Bryant Haynes.
Oh,
he
he's
just
great.
He doesn't take crap when people talk about him, and when people talk crap about him, he bookmarks them.
Oh yeah, he'll be sure to follow up on that.
Yeah. And so it's so fun. So he tweets. He says, "Real champions don't sweat the situation / setting much. Just put the ball down and send out your best 11." And he quotes the tweet. You know what's wild? Indiana is the only team left in the college football playoff that won a conference championship this season. Heck, they're the only team that even played in a conference championship this season. Wait, since the CFP extended to 12 teams, Indiana is the only conference champion to make the CFP semifinals.
Yeah, I mean that goes into the bye question a little bit.
You think that was some shade towards the whole bye discussion?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, I mean this team though they come prepared. Mendoza alluded to it a little bit in the post-game interview where he was like, it took us a couple drives to get our feet wet and get back under us, get our legs back under us because of that bye.
Yeah.
But the thing about Indiana is they are so relentless that it does not matter if it takes them a couple drives. And we've seen this. We saw this down the stretch of the season. They struggled early in games to establish themselves. They had a bunch of slow starts. It doesn't seem to matter at all if they start slow because they will attack you for 4 quarters. No matter the score, no matter what, they will attack you. And it's so fun to watch.
I can't get over D'Angelo Pons, 5'7", I think maybe 180, 182, maybe 185. I'll go up there. Hurting Ty Simpson and hurting his rib.
Massive hit, dude. A massive clean hit. Forced the fumble, broke his rib. Unreal.
The talent evaluation that these coordinators and SIG have, it's just off the charts. You're telling me a 5'7" player can end up hitting, what is it? 6'3", 220 quarterback, Ty Simpson. I'm just going on the top of my head. I don't know statistically what he is, but that's impressive. NFL scouts are like, holy ish, I bet.
This dude can bang. Yeah.
It's just all over. I mean, our safety, Lewis Moore, it's just the whole defense, like you said. And you would think Stephen Daly gets hurt and they kind of skip a beat. And, most tackles for loss in the NCAA, they don't skip a damn beat. They're just like, bring it to us and you're not going to score.
Nope. They shifted a lot of things without him and it didn't matter. No.
It didn't matter at all. It was just, I don't know how to put into words how much fun that defense is fun to watch. Fun's the best word.
Isn't it crazy that we have the Heisman Trophy winner on offense, 2 elite running backs, 3 elite wide receivers, which with one coming out of the woodwork midseason.
Yeah.
An unreal offensive line led by Pat Coogan. And yet our defense is more fun to watch.
I know.
Isn't that crazy?
It is insane. It's insane.
It's awesome.
And then just seeing the team, celebrate, the offensive player MVP. It was just, I don't know. It's really cool how the team's gelled.
How can you not love these guys?
I know. I don't know how you do if you're America. I don't know. But it's really exciting. I know we've messaged back and forth about it, but I'm excited to see what year 7 looks like. This is just year 2. And we're two wins away from a national championship in Bloomington. And no one in their right mind would have ever said that as soon as Sig gets hired. No one in their right mind. But Sig did. Sig had it. He had a blueprint.
He has an irrational confidence. And some people would call it an ego. Some people would say he's a dickhead. But it's just an irrational confidence in his own abilities to coach a football team. And he backs them up.
Yep.
It's crazy. I wish I was that confident about anything and then be able to back it up.
And it's funny too, the little psychological warfare that Lanning and Sig have, because I feel like they have major respect for one another in the media this week of hyping each other up, and it's just funny to me to see the amount of respect those two have for each other.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
Never say anything bad about one another, so it's just,
nope.
It's funny to me. But yeah, Hoosiers, man, with the domination. Now to the semi.
Let's talk about the bye.
First, let's talk about the bye. Yeah. Do you think it needs a change?
No, absolutely not. In no world does it need a change. Let me hit you with some facts. In the 2 years of the 12-team college football playoff, the quarterfinals, where four of the teams get a bye, favorites are 6-2. People forget that last year, the bye teams were Georgia, who Carson Beck got hurt in the SEC championship game. It was Gunnar Stockton's first career start.
Correct.
They were not favored against Notre Dame. They did not win against Notre Dame.
No.
Ohio State, Oregon. Ohio State obviously ends up blowing out Oregon. Ohio State was
Yeah.
favored in that game because Ohio State was really damn good with a lot of talent.
They were. They were.
The third game, Texas versus Arizona State.
That was a great game.
It was a great game, overtime, really,
That was a
really
great
good
game.
game. Arizona State got the bye because last year, how it was set up was the top 4 conference champions get a bye. So this was not seeded 1 through 4. It's just how the rules worked. Texas was a 14-point favorite. Texas won the game. And then the last game was Boise State against Penn State. Boise State is one of those group of 5 teams that actually truly deserved to be in the playoff. They didn't just get in because of a technicality. Like they had a Heisman finalist, probably should have won.
Should have won.
Yeah, but Penn State was a 10-point favorite. Penn State won. So last year, yes, the bye teams went 0-4, but the favorites went 4-0. And this year, the bye teams went 1-3, right?
Yeah.
Indiana was the lone winner. Well, Oregon was favored over Texas Tech. So even though Texas Tech had the bye, they were not viewed by the sports books as the better team.
Yep.
What this comes down to, and I put this in our group chat on whatever day that was, Thursday when we were watching these games.
Yeah.
These games in the quarterfinals are neutral site games between 8 of the 10 best teams in the country or something like that. Miami's the 10th ranked team.
Correct.
These are neutral site games between elite teams.
Yeah. I don't think
the
anyone
bye does not matter. If there was no bye, these would still be closely related teams on paper to each other. They're just good teams at a neutral site. There's no advantage for being the higher ranked team and getting the bye because you don't get to play it on campus. Now, will that change in the future? And actually give the advantage to those bye teams? I would like to see that because I think that it's just like the NFL. Give teams their home field advantage up until the Super Bowl. Or if they want to do it in the semis, just to get the Bulls. Whatever. Yeah. But it all comes back to people are looking at this as, bye teams are 1-7. If you really break it down, the rules were messed up last year. They corrected that. Correct. And even this year, the favorites went 2-2. I don't think we need to make a big story out of or like these trends that happen. I don't think we need to extrapolate them to act like everything has to change every year just because something happened like this one time.
Yeah.
If the Panthers, if they're 8-9 this year, they're 8-9, they're going into the playoffs. If they go on to win the Super Bowl, are we just going to make rules that more 8-9 teams get in because 8-9 teams could possibly make it? Or if they lose by 40 this weekend, are we going to say, teams that are 8-9 actually aren't allowed to make it anymore? No, because we have a structure in place and it all works itself out over time. We're just coming to these big leaps and conclusions over 2 years of this thing. Let's just see it play out for 10 years. And if we have to make adjustments, we'll make adjustments. Because however this ends up, we have 4 damn good teams in these semifinals.
Yeah. No, I definitely agree with that. I think collectively as a group, we agree that it's the scheduling. I don't think it's necessarily the bye. It's the scheduling with the portal. It's the scheduling with, coaching changes and certain things like that. The whole schedule.
The whole calendar is messed up.
It needs to obviously be a lot rearranged, and I think the NCAA definitely sees that. I hope they see it after this season and all the chaos and coaching changes that have happened. I hope they see that because they corrected last year of the issue with the bracket format. So I'm hoping that they see this is an issue.
Well, they corrected the portal too because last year the portal opened in December. And so they did push it back because remember Penn State's backup Bo Pribula transferred before the playoffs even started. They at least corrected that this year, and we're going to talk about it with IU Oregon game coming up. Oregon's got a key running back in the portal who can't play.
Yeah.
So it's still an issue. They did tweak it. We'll see if they tweak it again.
Yeah, we definitely will. But I would say we definitely collectively agree that it's not necessarily the bye is the issue. So that's our take on that.
No, and the only way to get rid of the bye, if we really look at it, is we include more teams. And
Mm.
would that be good? Maybe. Were there 4 more teams that were really deserving of being in the playoff this year? Yes. Whom? I'll give you one.
Texas.
No, Texas lost to Florida. No.
I think that should be it. I'm gonna say it. We're not gonna go down the rabbit hole. I think BYU should have been.
Okay, I'll give you them.
I think Notre
The
Dame.
2 losses were to the same team. Notre Dame, I agree. Texas, I think, is debatable. But
I think
if you're putting a team like Texas in, you are really devaluing the regular season. You are saying, and Alabama did this too. Alabama lost to a 5-7 Florida State team.
that's the point. How did BYU real quick? How did Bama get in over BYU? That is my point. That's where I'm going with this.
I agree with you.
Like,
I don't
you
think
played
we
in a
need to
conference
expand it, though.
championship.
We talked about this before. I think expanding the playoffs is a bigger detriment than it is a positive because it's just going to get out of control.
Yeah. It will.
And I know we disagree on that, but we'll see what actually happens.
Yeah.
Because they probably will change it.
I bet.
They're going to make a big statement because the bye teams are 1-7. We got to change it to 16 teams. No one gets a bye. Whatever.
We'll see what happens. We'll see. That's all we can do, So we can see what we can give our opinion and see what they'll do at the end of the day.
Change it to 16 teams. Next year, Indiana can play a 16th seeded North Texas team and beat them by 50. Okay.
That's what I was thinking.
That's fine. I'm fine with that as an Indiana fan, which is crazy to say.
Yeah, it is absolutely crazy to say. As Oklahoma State got 12 North Texas transfers in the portal, so that was even more, wild. Not crazy.
Good thing we have North Texas on the schedule next year.
I know. I was just thinking that. Anyways, Miami plays Ole Miss in the Fiesta Bowl. Miami is a 3.5-point favorite. Over and under is at 52.5. Ole Miss is a plus 140 underdog. Which way are we leaning here? I'm gonna bring in Kenny for this conversation. Kenny has joined the station.
What up, boys?
What's up,
How we doing?
Good.
Well, I guess I got Ole Miss. I'm gonna take Ole Miss on this game.
That's got to be the worst mic of all time.
How? You can hear me?
It's so bad, Kenny.
We can
hear
exclusively hear you. Oh no!
Oh.
This is a disaster.
I might have to kick you out, Kenny. Oh,
yeah.
Much better.
Okay, I was too close. To it.
Yeah.
Well, as I was saying, I'm sorry, boys. Ole Miss. I think.
Nope. You gotta stop talking.
You were good. No. It's like the more you talk, the worse it gets. I'm sorry. We've got a malfunction.
Time out.
Okay.
Stupid.
All right, Kenny is not in here. Sorry about that, guys.
That was awesome.
I'll edit that. That was funny. Anyways, but yes, Miami plays Ole Miss in the Fiesta Bowl. Miami's the 3.5-point favorite. David, give us your opinion on this one for the people.
Yeah, I think this line is very interesting. To make Miami the favorite by over a field goal. I would think maybe 1.5.
That's what I was saying.
I love Ole Miss here. The reason Miami has been successful is they were able to heat up the past 2 quarterbacks. They were able to heat up Marcel Reed. And his problem is he's great at escaping the pocket. He's then very bad at throwing the ball outside the pocket because he's one of the least accurate quarterbacks in college football.
Which is bad.
They heated up Julian Sayin. Julian Sayin apparently can't move. Seems like an athletic young man. He doesn't run, apparently. And he couldn't handle it. Trinidad Chambliss can handle the pressure. If they get to him, and yes, Ruben Bain and Akeem Mesidor, great defensive linemen, but I love Ole Miss here because of their offense. Their defense isn't great, but we talked about it. Miami's offense, I don't think is going to be able to take advantage of that because Carson Beck is still their quarterback. I like Ole Miss here 31-20.
31-20. Yeah, I'm with you. I think Trinidad Chambliss is a bad man, and I'm all on this bandwagon train. Whatever you want to call it, of Trinidad Chambliss. He is just electric. He is fun to watch. The highlight reel is insane for this playoff of him. He has the it factor for me. He passes the eye test. If they try to get after him, he's going to escape somehow, just like he did against Georgia. And I feel like Georgia's defense, while not the same as it has been in the past years, is good. And you could say Miami's is a little better than Georgia's, sure. But Trinidad Chambliss is a different animal than Julian Sand. He just is. And I'm so excited to see this man on national television show us why he's so dangerous. Give me Ole Miss. I got them in multiple possessions as well. I would say I'll go a touchdown. I'm not going to go. I'm going to go 35-28. That's where I'm going to go because I don't think Ole Miss plays defense, and I think Carson Beck will be able to.
Yeah, I could
put
see
some points.
a couple explosive plays.
That's
Yeah.
a good score. I got Ole Miss too. I think they proved me wrong. I said Ole Miss was quote going to get their ass kicked, and completely wrong. I think Ole Miss surprised a lot of people. To be honest, I don't think people trusted Ole Miss to even pull that out. And like y'all said, Trinidad, that guy was incredible. I think if you saw these last two games that the quarterback's going to make the statement on how this game's going to end, and Ole Miss looks like a complete team. Ole Miss looks just all over the place. Looks way better than I think everyone gave them credit. So I got Ole Miss maybe a touchdown, maybe by 10. Let's say 35. So 35-25.
Okay.
I like that. I love a good 25.
Okay.
I like a good 25. Not 4, Kenny?
Yeah, not 35-4.
No, we're not gonna do fours anymore.
The people on
came in
TikTok,
so
Kenny,
late,
we're not
like,
happy.
Yeah, it was a dumb thing. So anyway,
You know, I had to give you some crap for that one.
yeah, it's all good. It's all good.
And then our Indiana Hoosiers, David and Kenny. Oregon plays Indiana. Indiana is a 3.5-point favorite. Over under sits at 47.5. Oregon is a plus 150 dog. David, I know who you're picking.
Of course you know who I'm picking. I will be there in the flesh, rooting on my Indiana Hoosiers. And there's just no way they lose this game. They've already played Oregon, and I don't love that because rematches can be tough. It's hard to beat a team twice, especially a team as talented as Oregon.
Yeah.
But we dominated them at Oregon. And yeah, you might say the score was 30-20. And there was a pick six at the end. Our defense dominated them. They're now down 2 of their top 4 running backs. Jordan Davison broke his collarbone in the Orange Bowl, so he is out for the rest of the playoffs. And then they lost their 4th string running back to the portal. And I was reading on X, the Everything app today, that Oregon runs a lot of 2 running back sets. And so they're going to have to mix things up. And if Dante Moore doesn't feel comfortable, which he did not feel comfortable in the first game because we got to him a lot, then I think Indiana has a big advantage here. And I trust this team. I should not say this because I'm an Indiana football fan, but I trust this team with my life. I have Indiana 27, Oregon 11.
You think they get 11?
11. Is that mathematically possible?
Well, it's going to be 27-3, and then they're going to score a touchdown in garbage time and go for 2 and get the 2.
Okay, I see it.
That could happen,
We
actually.
got 27-11.
Kenny, who you got?
Thinking? I'll go last.
No, who you got? You go last? Okay.
Okay. Well, I'll go. I think Indiana absolutely dominates. I mean, because they have those two running backs out, Indiana's defense is absolutely insane, and I think with that threat taken away, I don't see them finding a solution. Now, again, coming from experience, being an LSU fan, you really do not want to play another team again. I think in that instance, LSU really did not have a quarterback when we played Alabama in 2009. And I don't think Indiana has that issue. So I got Indiana by at least 2 touchdowns. I think they run it up. I think they do what Cignetti likes to do. He's going to pound you, and he's going to make a statement to who I will say will be Ole Miss and Indiana. I think he's going to try to make a statement to Indiana and put a lot of pressure on their quarterback. So,
yeah. Good
Did
pick,
you give a
Kenny.
score?
Good pick.
42-28. 42-28.
I like that.
Okay, 28 points.
High
28
scoring
points.
affair.
I'm so high on Bryant Haynes before I get into my pick. I am so high on Bryant Haynes, and this guy is an animal. We think Sig gets all the press and media attention, as he should, with the memes and, the crazy looks and just a meme machine. But Bryant Haynes is a bad man. He is a very bad man, and he is the greatest Instagram follow ever. He will copy someone else. He will share someone else's story, talking crap about Indiana football, and he'll be like, "Oh, just wait, you haven't seen it yet. You haven't seen it yet." And I think what we are about to see is a masterclass from this man. He is without the leading tackles for loss in Stephen Daly and what he's been able to do. And whatever happens, he just finds a solution. And that's what great coordinators and coaches do. They find solutions when things don't go their way, and it's the next man up. Stephen Daly is a stud. I have 38-3 here. All Hoosiers. I don't think Oregon will be able to establish a run. I think that's going to cause a lot of issues for Oregon, a lot of issues, and we're going to heat up Dante Moore a lot. And you will see a lot of pressure on Dante Moore, and it will be fun to watch this defense more than the offense. And I love Mendoza. I love Omar Cooper. I love Charlie Becker, and I love EJ Williams. But this defense is something else. It's electric. It's like I can't get enough of it. Like, I am hooked. I am addicted to watching this defense more than the offense. And I love our offense. We have the Heisman, David. We have the Heisman and Mendoza, who everyone loves. Fernando, as everyone likes to sing.
They do.
But this defense.
Yeah, they do. They love singing.
I just don't feel like Haynes gets enough credit.
Well, we were talking in the chat, like, just how good it is just to see defense again. I mean, we went through all those years with the targeting thing, and you could tell, like, defenses were, like, terrified to play. And it took just these 2 games the defenses have been complete animals. And we said at the beginning of the year, it's going to be up to these defenses of who has the better defense. And that's why I thought Texas Tech would be here, but offense came into play.
Yeah, a little bit.
Indiana's just animals, absolute animals.
It's just, I don't know what else to say. I'm so excited to watch this team. We're not done yet. It's the 1-0 mentality. David, it's just so many years of pure frustration, pure agony. And people are like, oh, Indiana fans are just ignorant and this and that, and they're terrible. And I've heard it all over other podcasts. Ryan Kramer of Sports Gambling Podcast Network over there and the Gambling Podcast. I'll call you out. But there's reasons for it, Ryan. There's reasons for it, Ryan Kramer. Because we've experienced so much pain. And now that we have a good football team and money to go into the program, and we got the next best college head coach in college football, we're going to let you know about it. We're going to let you know. And it's not stopping. I mean, we're going to be right there next year with all these transfers and what Shanahan, Haynes, and Sig are building. And it's a 3-headed monster. and it's coming for the throat of college football. And it's coming for the old school blue bloods of Ohio State, Tennessee, Florida,
Alabama.
LSU,
We already took down 2 of the blue bloods.
and it's not stopping. It's just gonna keep on going. Go Hoosiers!
Don't
To
put
the
Tennessee in this conversation. We're going to get
Yeah,
killed for
Tennessee.
that conversation with
Yeah.
Tennessee.
Tennessee.
I mean,
Tennessee was
they're in the
great in
SEC.
90s.
They're in the SEC.
Not a blue blood.
SEC don't mean anything anymore, right? It's
And Texas. I was gonna say Texas, but you know they haven't really been relevant either. But we appreciate you guys tuning in as always. If you guys want to follow us on X, Instagram, TikTok, go to 5ALF Podcast and go to YouTube. Subscribe. 5 Arms and a Lucky Fin. All our old interviews are there. We'll be dropping one this week on the next coming Monday with a minor league pitcher with the Rangers and social media creator as well. So get prepared for that. It will be a lot of fun to listen to that one. And as always, we will see you guys in the next one. We love you. Peace.